Superman fans, to your speeding bulletin for the week November 9th to November 15th, 2012. A week which saw Man of Steel comments from Zack Snyder, DC released their February 2013 solicitations, and new images from the upcoming Young Justice Legacy video game. Let's take a closer look. In movie news, Digital Spy spoke with Amy Adams during her press tour for her new film The Master, and asked her about what it was like going from that film directly to working on Man of Steel. She said it was very nice to go into Man of Steel, and something that was really energetic and outgoing. Suddenly I'm hanging on a wire in the middle of Chicago. It was a totally different experience and very fun. The LA Times caught up with director Zack Snyder to mainly talk about the re-release of Watchmen on DVD and Blu-ray this week, but also asked him about Man of Steel. He said this movie is a more serious version of Superman, but he also called it an amazing adventure story. Superman was voted the #1 science fiction character in a poll conducted by the makers of the board game Stratego. Superman, as played by Christopher Reeve, beat out Han Solo, Yoda, E.T. and Captain Kirk in a survey that polled 2,000 British people. Sadly, there's no TV news once again this week, but I remind you to check out the weekly Superman on TV column that highlights all the Superman TV shows airing in the US and Australia in a given week. In comic book news, DC Comics released their February 2013 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you all the Superman related comics and products listed. A special note was Superman number 17, which is the startling conclusion of Hell on Earth, in which one of the team will have to make a fatal sacrifice. And Young Romance, a New 52 Valentine's Day special #1, in which Wonder Woman consults Eros himself about her feelings for the Man of Steel. ComicBookResources.com conducted an interview with artist Tony Daniel to find out what we can expect from his run on Action Comics. He said, "Superman for me is the embodiment of what a superhero is, stoic, powerful, larger-than-life, perfection personified." Newsarama.com caught up with artist Christopher Jones to talk to him about his career drawing comic books, his work on Justice League Adventures, and what we can expect from the final issues of Young Justice. He said, "We're launching a 6-part storyline where, as we revealed at the end of issue number 20, our big bad is Brainiac, who has not yet appeared on the show." Superman Earth 1 artist Shane Davis will be a special guest at the first ever Supernova Expo in Adelaide, Australia this coming weekend. Adelaide Supernova Pop Culture Expo will take place across November 16 to 18 at the Adelaide Showground. Visit the supernova.com.au website for further details and to purchase tickets. Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Action Comics number 14, which was reviewed by Michael Bailey, who gave it a 3 out of 5, saying, "I had a lot of problems with this one." And Mark Pritchard reviewed last week's Superman Earth 1 Volume 2 hardcover graphic novel, saying, "The overt sexuality is out of place," and he gave it a 4 out of 5 rating. Superman comics available this week from November 14 include Legion Lost number 14 features Superboy, Ravagers 6 also features Superboy, Superboy number 14, Superman Volume 1 What Price Tomorrow hardcover, and Young Justice Volume 2 Training Day trade paperback.
It was 20 years ago this week that the world mourned the death of the world's first and best superhero with the release of Superman number 75 on November 18th, 1992. To mark the occasion, why not pick up a Death of Superman t-shirt for $17.95, or you can buy a Bleeding S vinyl sticker for just $4. These and other great items are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman Homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop.
In other news, game publisher Little Orbit released 12 images from the upcoming video game Young Justice Legacy. The game follows the Young Justice team through a series of missions, with the Young Justice world set on Earth 16. The video game allows you to visit 5 locations with multiple missions and bosses in each location. So far we know that Greece and Santa Prisca are 2 of the 5 locations. Black Canary is your skills trainer, Red Tornado levels up your equipment, and Batman assigns missions, while Superman fights alongside the team. Enemies and Allies, the 2009 novel written by best-selling author Kevin J. Anderson, is being released as an audio dramatization by Graphic Audio. With a 7-hour running time, the graphic audio release of Enemies and Allies will be available May 2013. While many consider the Superman homepage to be the #1 Superman fan site in the world, we want to continually improve the site and ensure that it's meeting your expectations. So I've set up a Superman homepage 2012 survey to find out what you like and dislike about the site. Visit the site now to get involved. That's all the Superman news there was for the week November 9th, November 15th. I'm Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V, and thanks for watching. Now that it's 27 degrees out here in the States when I wake up every morning, I know that only one thing is around the corner, and that is, of course, Thanksgiving. And being that Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and it's almost time to make turkey and eat stuffing, I thought that I would discuss something that is very important to a lot of Superman fans, something that is very important to me, something I want to see happen very, very soon. And I'm going to do this because it has to be done.
Bring back the Superman balloon to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade!
I apologize. Sometimes it's necessary to get emphatic about these things. Otherwise, people don't always listen to you. Now, truth is, Superman has had a pretty long and illustrious career in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And here in America, as you all know, the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is a tradition in many, many households, and for many people to actually go to New York City and stand outside in the freezing cold and wait for some floats to go by. For me, not so much. You know, it's something you think about. Oh, maybe we should go New Year's Eve and stand there and watch the ball with 1 million people in the freezing cold. And then you go, maybe not. Same thing with the parade. It's kind of, you know, I've never really been big on parades. You know, they're mostly showcases for marching bands and mummers and that kind of thing. You know, but, you know, the Macy's parade is kind of bigger. It started in 1924, and it just 3 years later began adding balloons, giant balloons, to the parade. You know, and then a few years after that, they started adding popular fictional character balloons to the parade. And you know, in '39, only a year after he was introduced to the public, Superman had his own balloon in the parade, and it looked like this. Yep. Looks just like Superman to me. Well, the truth is that didn't have a particularly great likeness, but at least Superman was there. You know, it took Spider-Man till the 90s or something to get a balloon. Superman has been a part of our culture for very, very long. He's been very, very popular. Now, though, he has not had a presence in the parade since 1987. And to me, that just seems crazy. You got to get Superman back in the parade. In 1966, they made a concentrated effort to get a better looking Superman in the parade. Of course, this was a Superman that had been drinking and drinking and drinking and eating and eating and eating, and you know, just let himself go since you know, he was last seen in the parade as the other guy, who none of us liked how he looked. But again, at least Superman was back in the parade. However, you were worried, but in 1982, Superman was once again introduced into the Thanksgiving parade, and this time, he looked like this. Ha ha! He was, you know, outstretched in flight, and he was 104 feet long, and guess what? This made Superman the longest balloon ever to be in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and what's more is he will always likely be the longest balloon ever to be in the parade at 104 feet because they started to have some problems with the big balloons, with wind and, with the buildings in New York and the crosswinds and things that happen when you're in a parade. Balloons started going down, and it was so large and difficult to handle. People wonder why Superman was taken out of the parade so soon, only after a few years. And that is because of the logistics of it all, with all the ropes it took and all the people it took and how dangerous I guess it could be. They decided to take it out. And the parade committee or the laws, whatever, introduced new restrictions. So the chances are there's never going to be a larger balloon. In 1997, there were some injuries when a cat in the hat balloon got caught in a crosswind, injured several people. Someone very seriously. She was put into a coma for a number of months, and when she woke up, she had vision loss and some brain damage. So they had to put some restrictions on, and now balloons over 78 feet long are considered too large. And so we will probably never see another 104-foot balloon, which means that Superman holds the illustrious title forever of being the largest balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Now, I don't care really how large it is. I just think that with Man of Steel on the way, we need to have a Man of Steel balloon in the parade, and I'm ready for it. And I think that, unlike in 1986, when the flying Superman's arm was caught in a tree and put like this. We won't have that happen now because he won't be as large. And we can see our Man of Steel flying high in his glory over New York City once again in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. And remember, always eat turkey and stuffing.